And I was worried about your Minecraft screeching, ruining everything, eh?
Dude, there was a midget zombie and it ran really fast.
Minecraft. It is Sunday, and I'm really excited to tell everybody in the Greater Toronto Hamilton area that everybody's playing Heroclix. Okay, not everybody, but a good portion of people are playing Heroclix. Especially starting on Monday, February 2nd at 844 King Street West in Hamilton at 6:30 p.m. Conspiracy Comics is playing the Top Gun tournament. It's 500 points, Golden Age. Any character that has the flight symbol can use Move and Attack. Those of you not familiar with Move and Attack, it reads, if you start if you start an action not adjacent to a character, you can give a character hypersonic with -2 attack. So, if, again, not adjacent to a character, you can use hypersonic, but you're -2 to your attack. Pretty cool. And that's, of course, if the character can't already use it. So it's a flying transporter, forget it, you're stuck. Of course, you've already got it, right? The cost is $5 or it's free. Of course, free being, if not enough people show up, they're not going to be giving away the prize. And it's just going to be a day to play Heroclix with everybody. Prize this month, or this week, is the Angel from the monthly OP kit. And there's going to be some participation pricing as well. Also on Monday at 1022 Brock Street South in Whitby at 6 o'clock p.m. at Comic Book Addiction, we have the Hope Springs Eternal. It's free entry, 400-point constructed tournament Golden Age. Whenever you roll a 1 as part of an attack, you get to re-roll that die. If you miss an attack by 1, you get to re-roll. It says that die. I'm hoping they mean that attack roll. I don't know. We'll see. In any case, it sounds like fun. A lot of people hopefully undoing those ones. I'd hate to see a 1 get undone and turned back into a 1. So that's, once again, 1022 Brock Street South in Whitby at Comic Book Addiction. Tuesday, February 3rd, at 401 Games at 518 Yonge Street, Toronto at 6:30 p.m. We have a 500-point Modern Age tournament. Done. Wednesday at 333 Bloor Street West in Toronto at 6:30 p.m. at the Wizards Cache. They have their ROC workshop. Take your ROC playing team. That's, of course, ROC format. 300 points, Modern Age, no tactics, no figures bigger than a peanut base or a double base, no entity possession. And you can bring it to that day at the Wizards Cache to practice with your team. Get an idea of how your team functions, see if you have any weaknesses, any strengths, or any kind of tweaking you have to do. I do have an episode coming up on over-tweaking, which we'll talk about another time on my show, Metafix. Metal Lab is a different show. Next, on Thursday, February 4th? 3rd? 2nd? 5th? 5th? I'm leaning towards 5th. It is the 5th. February 5th is a 400-point Modern Age tournament occurring at 868 Mohawk Road East in Hamilton, Black Knight Games, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. This is week 1 of the 16-week league. The 16-week league, of course, is, for those of you who aren't familiar, it's, I believe, a $20 entry fee to get into the league, or a year's membership of Black Knight at Black Knight Games as a Stronghold member. Stronghold members, if you're already a Stronghold member, you get entry into this league for free. Then every week you pay for the regular tournament entry fee, which is $5 if you're a member, $6 if you're not a member. Excuse me. Prizing for this event includes a case of Trinity War, as well as a brick of Trinity War. Both prizes, of course, include the resources that come with those incentives. Some packs of Trinity War, as well as some gift certificates at Black Knight Games. So it was really exciting to see that there's a big prize at the culmination of the end of it. In order to get in these prizes, it's actually going to be a draw at the end. So winning the tournament isn't going to necessarily guarantee you the big prize. It's just going to get you a lot of tickets in the draw for it. And to get tickets, you need points. And to get points, you have to get first place to get a point. Second place gets you a point. Winning the roll-off gets you a point. And then every week there's going to be a random stipulation to get you a point. So this week, week 1, is going to be a 400-point Modern Age tournament for the event. If you're interested in going, I'm probably going to make the effort, if I can, to make 1 or 2 of these events, maybe 3, 4. I don't know. Life is kind of taking a stranglehold on me lately, so we'll see where I go from there. So we go down to Friday. I have nothing official on Friday, but Wizards Cash, of course, runs their casual Fridays at 333 Bloor Street West in Toronto around 6:30 p.m. Last time I went, it was ROC practice. A lot of people really getting into the whole ROC no tactics in the area. I'm really excited about that, to see everybody getting some practice, getting a chance to try it, because it's one of those formats that's really, really good for everybody. Everybody's got figures, and figures come with it. So, or figures are part of the game. You know what I mean? So it's good to see everybody getting really excited about that. So then we move on to Saturday at 20 Strathern Avenue in Brampton, the Comic Warehouse at 1 p.m. They've switched their times recently to regularly run the tournaments now at 1 p.m. They're running Yu-Gi-Oh! Month 1. So we're actually going to be running the campaign events, full-blown tournaments for each of the months, which is really cool. I'm really excited to take part in that. I got a chance to try the Yu-Gi-Oh! Figures a little while ago and won myself a Jinzo with the Magnet Warriors. Those guys are sick! Especially if you take in the big magnet guy at the chase, which I eventually traded to get myself a Dark Magician girl. She's pretty. Of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! Month 1 is 300 points. 50% of your figures must be made up of, 50% of your team must be made up of Yu-Gi-Oh! Figures. You cannot use non-Yu-Gi-Oh! Game elements. So, of course, and when I mean non-Yu-Gi-Oh! Game elements, I mean leave your Book of Skulls, leave your you leave your side stuff, your non-characters at home. Like resources, relics, don't bring them if they're not Yu-Gi-Oh! Of course, this month they're going to be handing out the Millennium Puzzle, so I'm sure in subsequent months we're going to be allowed to use the Millennium Puzzle and the relics that come with it, which is pretty awesome. And of course, this month's prize is the Blue Eyes White Dragon. That's going to make 3 different Blue Eyes White Dragons. It's pretty neat to see if anybody can use those 3 to bring out an ultimate Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah? Am I doing it right? I'm kind of new to Yu-Gi-Oh's environment as it is, and I'm really having some fun with the figures. I didn't think I'd actually be into them, and then an event at Nationals got me really, really excited to get a chance to use them, and they've been a lot of fun. It's really different to play with these figures. They're not built with the regular game in mind, and they kind of get away with a lot of fun and really strong stuff you got to be careful of. So, that said, now it's worth mentioning an update for the Winamaps leading up to the road to Windsor. And what better news to have to start than to say all 3 of the events in Toronto, or in the Greater Toronto area, are official now. They have been approved, and they're getting all their prizing set up and all the work getting done for them. So, starting on February 21st, the first stop on the road to Windsor is 20 Strathern Avenue, the Comic Warehouse. Now, this is the one being run by us at Married with Clicks. Myself, Amber, and our regular judge, Max, will be running this tournament, so there's 3 of us. We are looking at a fairly large turnout, which is really exciting for us to have an event this size for just a Winamap event. It's really, really cool. Of course, first prize in all the Road to Windsor ROC Winamap events are going to be included with the regular Winamap event prizing and entry into Windsor ROC down in Windsor ROC down in Windsor. I'm on a roll with those. So that's the Windsor Super Qualifier. That's happening on March 7th at the Ambassador Golf Club. A link down below will give you all the information with regards to address. There's a Facebook page with all the information that you need for that event. Pre-registration for that event, I believe, is less money, and you do get Black Adam dice. Really cool custom-made Black Adam dice for signing up ahead of time. So the second stop on the road to Windsor is at Comic Book Addiction at 1022 Brock Street South in Whitby. I also just recently found out that is very, very close to walking distance from the Whitby GO station, for those of you familiar with the GO routes. I myself am making the trip down there from my place, which is actually very close to the Clarkson GO station. I won't even have to leave the train. It's really exciting to get down there. That's 1022 Brock Street South. They are also running an event. I believe that's February 22nd, so it's the day after the Comic Warehouse event. So that's the best time to get me while I'm tired, guys. I know I'm going to be up real early for the event at Comic Warehouse. Some details include the Comic Warehouse is starting at, we have a tentative start time at 9 a.m. Registration start. That is subject to change. I've heard some discussions with it. I am currently in email talks with the owners to see if we're going to maybe change that to a later time or if we're going to keep it as is. And of course, registration is the first hour, and then we got to check your teams as we go. And then we're hoping to start around 10, but these things never go right. So 10:30, 11 is probably when we're actually going to start the tournament. Comic Book Addiction is starting theirs at 1 p.m. on the Sunday after. And that's the February 22nd, 1022 Brock Street South. The third and I believe final stop in the road to Windsor in the Greater Toronto area is at Black Knight Games at 868 Mohawk Road East, I believe that is. I keep forgetting, and it's right in front of my face. It's on February 28th, so the week after the Comic Warehouse one, there's going to be the one at Black Knight Games. Now, of course, the stores are individually adjusting the pricing based on the numbers that show up. So if a lot of people show up, there's going to be more prizes. I know personally, us at Comic Warehouse, we're running the event like it's the Super Q. So what we're doing is we're preparing a lot of the players in our area who aren't familiar with a lot of the larger tournaments, how these things work, how the tournaments look, what happens during them, and just kind of keep everybody excited for the whole event as it is. So we're trying to simulate the event. We're not actually giving away quite the prizing or the points, but like I said, you kind of want to be ready for it. You don't want to get caught off guard if you go to Windsor and all of a sudden you had no idea that, these things start early for a reason. Now, I'm not 100% sure on Black Knight Games, but I will check right now to see what kind of timing they're running on their event. La la la. And of course, the second I say that, that's when the internet decides it's not going to run very quickly. I've got 3 screens going on right now. One's filming me, one is holding up all my listings for tournaments, and the other one is the one I use for emergency check things. Here we go, almost there. Road to Windsor. 11:30 a.m. on Saturday, February 28th for Black Knight Games. 1 p.m. on February 22nd at Comic Book Addiction. And 9 a.m. February 21st at 20 Strathern Avenue at the Comic Warehouse. So those are the events that are running as the feeder tournament to the March 7th Super Qualifier in Windsor. All of us, of course, are trying to do our best to make the events as close to the experience as possible, and it gives all of us a chance to try out our teams before we go, see if we have any weaknesses, because we are all running the similar format to the Windsor tournament, which will be 300 points, modern age, no tactics, nothing bigger than a double base, no entity possession. That's all I have this week for us, guys. I hope to see you guys all at as many of the tournaments as I could possibly make my way out to. And we really look forward to hearing about everybody being excited about the road to Windsor and then eventually the tournament in Windsor on March 7th. You guys have a good week and enjoy the games.